We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall speak English, we shall speak English. We shall speak English today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall speak English today. Good morning to all of you. My dear students, do you want to talk in English? Yes, I hope that you are all interested to talk in English. If you are interested, watch this video very carefully so that it will help you to speak in English fluently. Okay, my dear students, today we are going to learn about verbs. Can you say what you are doing? Yes, you are all watching this video, right? Can you say what I am doing? I am teaching you English, isn't it? Yes. Here there are two activities. One is from your side, you are all watching. From my side, I am teaching. So both teaching and watching are the two activities that have been taken place in this video, isn't it? Yes. Dear friends, watching and teaching are the two activities which are called verbs. So today we are going to learn about verbs. We all know that there are 8 parts of speech. Verb is one among them. Okay, my dear friends, let us look at a couple of examples. Dr. Abdul Kalam is a Josephite. So look at this sentence. Dr. Abdul Kalam is a Josephite. Can you say where the verb is? Yes, you are correct. Is the verb. Rajesh bought an apple. This is another sentence. Look at this sentence. Rajesh bought an apple. Can you say where the verb is? Yes, you are correct. Bought is the verb. So verb is very, very important in English grammar. So you cannot write or you cannot frame any sentence in English without verb. So such an important role that verb is playing. Dear students, are you ready? Shall we get into the video? Dear friends, now we are learning about verbs. In this video, we are all learning about verbs. So verbs can be splitted into two types, namely main verb and auxiliary verb. Do you understand? There are two kinds of verbs. They are main verb and auxiliary verb. Coming to main verb, they are further splitted into regular verb and irregular verb. Are you clear? Looking at regular verb, we can give some examples. Work, worked, worked. Play, played, played. So these are examples for regular verb. So work here is present tense, worked is past tense, and this worked is past participle. So these types of verbs are called regular verb. Coming to irregular verb, we can give some examples. Go, went, gone. Eat, ate, eaten. Read, read, read. Okay. See, these are some examples for irregular verbs where all the three forms are different. So look at this verb, read, 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 read. Even though the spelling is same, we have to pronounce this one as read. This is not read, but it is read because it is past tense. It is also read. Are you clear, my dear students? So taking as a verb, we have two parts, namely main verb and auxiliary verb. Under main verb, we have regular verb and irregular verb. So all the examples we had already seen. So coming to auxiliary verb, we have 4 subdivisions. They are be verb, do verb, have verb, modals. Are you clear? So be verb, do verb, have verb and modals. All these subdivisions will come under auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is nothing but a helping verb. Okay. So now I am going to tell you a story. Are you interested in hearing the story? Yes, I think you are all interested. So there is a father whose name is B. So there is a father whose name is B. He is having 5 children. How many children? 5 children. The first child is am, second child is, third child is or, fourth child is was, and fifth child is were. Dear students, how many children that the father is having? The father B is having 5 children, right? So am is the first child, is the second child, or is the third child, was is the fourth child, and where is the fifth child. Okay. So the name of this family is B. There are 5 B verbs. They are am, is, or, was, and were. Okay. Who is the friend of am? I is the friend of am. Are you clear? Who is the friend of am? I. So you should always say I am. Can you repeat after me? I am. So am is a be verb which is always followed by I. So I am. Coming to the second child is, who are the friends of is? He is, she is, it is. So the friends of is are he, she, it. Okay. So he is, she is, it is. Coming to the third child, or. Who are the friends of are? You, we, they. You are, we are, they are. Coming to the fourth child, was. Who are the friends of was? I was, he was, she was, it was. Are you clear? Next, the last child is were. You were, we were, they were. Okay. So this is something about be forms. So hereafter, whenever you have seen your hand, don't forget be verbs. They are am, is, are, was, and were. So dear students, look at the do verbs. Do and does, they belong to present tense, and did is past form. Okay. Coming to the have verbs, have and has, they both belong to present form, but had belongs to past form. Coming to the modals, modal is depending upon the mood. It refers the mood, mindset. Okay. So modals. So there are some modals or modal verbs we have been provided under the heading auxiliary verb. What are they? Shall, should, will is the present form, would is the past form, can is the present form, could is the past form, may is the present form, might is the past form, must and need. Are you clear? As far as the modals is concerned, it will not always come alone. It will always come along with the main verb. Students, do you understand what I am saying? Yes. Dear students, there are another 2 types of verbs we are having. One is transitive verb, another one is intransitive verb. These 2 verbs, both the transitive verb and intransitive verb, they will come under main verb. Okay. So look at the sentence, I threw the ball. We had already learnt sentence pattern in the lower classes, isn't it? Yes. Here, looking at this sentence, I through the ball. I is subject, through is verb, the ball is object. So make it clear, when can you say a verb is a transitive verb? If a verb is followed by an object. Are you clear? இந்த வினைச்சொல் த்ரூக்கு பக்கத்தில் ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்திருக்கிறதுனால நம்ம இந்த வினைச்சொல்லை என்னன்னு சொல்கிறோம் அப்படின்னா transitive verbன்னு சொல்கிறோம். May I repeat? Since this verb through is followed by an object called the ball, this verb through is called a transitive verb. Are you clear? Yes. Coming to this example for intransitive verb, I ran quickly. So I here is subject, ran is verb, quickly is an adjective. Okay. So I ran quickly. Here in this sentence, we don't have the object. Object has not been given in this sentence. That's why, since this verb is not being followed by an object, this is called intransitive verb. In Tamil we can say, கொடுக்கப்பட்ட வாக்கியத்தில் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் நம்ம எழுத முடியும் அல்லது ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வருகிறது என்றால் அது transitive verb. அந்த வினைச்சொல் transitive வினைச்சொல். அல்லது ஆப்ஜெக்ட் நம்ம எழுத முடியாது, ஆப்ஜெக்ட் அந்த இடத்துல வராது அப்படின்னா that will come under intransitive verb. ஸோ இது நம்முடைய பாடப்பகுதியில் 8ஆம் வகுப்பு பாடப்பகுதியில் இந்த transitive verb, intransitive verb குறித்து அவர்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கிறார்கள். அதை பற்றி பார்க்கலாமா? Dear students, now you all take your English textbook on page 21. Look at the activity C, verb. Verb is a word used to express an action or state. வினைச்சொல் என்பது என்ன? ஒரு செயலை குறிக்கிறது அல்லது ஒரு நிலையை குறிக்கிறது. அதில் இப்போ நம்ம பாடப்பகுதியில் transitive verbs, intransitive verbs அப்படின்னு 2 தலைப்பு கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. அந்த அட்டவணையை பாருங்கள். Transitive verbs are verbs that express action with an object. அதாவது தமிழில் கூட நம்ம படிச்சிருப்போம், ஒரு வாக்கியம் 3 பகுதியாக பிரிக்கிறாங்க. எப்படி? எழுவாய், பயனிலை, செய்யப்படு பொருள். எழுவாய் என்பது ஆங்கிலத்தில் சப்ஜெக்ட்னு சொல்கிறோம். செய்யப்படு பொருள் அப்படின்றத ஆங்கிலத்தில் ஆப்ஜெக்ட்னு சொல்கிறோம். சின்ன வகுப்புகளில், சிறிய வகுப்புகளில் எஸ் ப்ளஸ் வி ப்ளஸ் ஓ சென்டென்ஸ் பேட்டர்ன் பற்றி நம்ம படிச்சிருக்கிறோம் இல்லையா? அப்போ transitive verb அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா, உதாரணத்திற்கு ஐ த்ரூ த பால். இங்கே ஐ என்பது சப்ஜெக்ட் எழுவாய், த்ரூ என்பது ஒரு செயல், த பால் என்பது செய்யப்படு பொருள், அதாவது ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட். அப்போ பாருங்கள், இந்த வினைச்சொல் வந்து த்ரூ, இதுக்கு பிறகு ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வர்றதுனால, ஒரு செய்யப்படு பொருள் வர்றதுனால நான் அந்த பந்தை தூக்கி எறிந்தேன். அப்போ அந்த பந்தின் மீது ஒரு செயல் செய்யப்படுகிறது. இந்த மாதிரி வினைச்சொற்களை நாம் என்ன சொல்கிறோம்? transitive verbன்னு சொல்கிறோம். we beat them. இப்போ we என்பது சப்ஜெக்ட், beat என்பது verb, them என்பது ஆப்ஜெக்ட், செய்யப்படு பொருள். நாங்கள் அவர்களை அடிக்கிறோம். அப்போ செய்யப்படக்கூடிய செயல் என்னன்னா அடித்தல், அவர்களை. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஆப்ஜெக்ட் பின்னாடி வர்றதுனால இந்த பீட்டுன்ற வினைச்சொல் transitive verbன்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஐ திங்க் தட் யூ ஆர் கரெக்ட். அடுத்தபடியாக intransitive verb பாருங்கள். Intransitive verbs are verbs that express action without an object. இந்த வாக்கியத்தில், கொடுக்கப்பட்ட வாக்கியத்தில் வினைச்சொல்லுக்கு பிறகு அந்த செய்யப்படு பொருள் இருக்காது. உதாரணத்திற்கு புத்தகத்தில் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்கள். ஐ ரேன் ஸ்விஃப்ட்லி, ஐ ரேன் இன் த ரேஸ். இதில் பாருங்கள், இந்த வினைச்சொற்கள் எல்லாவற்றுக்கு பிறகு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இல்லை, செய்யப்படு பொருள் இல்லை. அதனால் மாணவர்களே, கொடுக்கப்பட்ட வினைச்சொல்லுக்கு பிறகு செய்யப்படும் பொருள் அல்லது ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இல்லை என்றால் அவைகள் இன்ட்ரான்சிட்டிவ் வேர்புக்கு கீழே வரும் அப்படின்றத தெரிந்து கொள்ளவும். You are given an exercise. List out the transitive and intransitive verbs in the following words. You have been given some words. For example, come, buy, teach, learn, arrive, sing, run, draw, jump, write. So you have been given with some transitive and intransitive verbs. What you have to do now? You have to identify and you have to make a sentence where you have to use some intransitive verbs, some transitive verbs. I hope that you are all understanding what I am saying. So you do this work in your notebook so that you can get a clear idea about transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Okay? Dear students, so far we have discussed a lot of things about verbs. I hope that you all understand what I am saying. So verb is an action word or it is a doing word. Verb plays an important role in a sentence. So you cannot make a sentence without verb. So in parts of speech, this verb plays an eminent role. So dear children, again and again watch this video so that you can understand the concepts behind verb clearly and correctly, which helps you to speak in English fluently and clearly. Thank you.